This is a big deal and actually a super, super hot topic because depending on where you're at in your thought process about this, it really could affect how far you could go in life. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? My name is Teemaree. This is the ALLSWELL Lifestyle show where we talk about feeling good and being empowered. How do you feel about help? Do you think you need it? We're talking about help today. And the first question is, do you think you need it? Do you think you need help? I know it might seem so strange to be talking about that or asking that question because for some of us, it might seem like a very obvious thing. But I'm telling you, for others of us, thinking we need help is not even a part of a question that we ask ourselves, or we don't even consider thinking about needing help. Some of us have pride around this. Some of us have, thoughts that help is inaccessible to us. Sometimes we might think that, a different type of person gets help. So we might have different feelings around what help is, what help means, if it's available to us, and the like. So we're starting today with, do you think you need help? Scan your life right now. Scan your life. Is there an area in your life that you might need help in? We're talking about help today, and we're going to really dive into it because we're all about feeling good and being empowered here on the ALLSWELL Lifestyle show. And so this is a big one. Do you think you need help? Buffering. Is there something I may need help in? And then I'm pretty sure there was a wave of emotion around that realization. So, what are we talking about in this next section here? We're talking about if you got a negative sensation around asking for help, if you felt an immediate sense of dread, worry, dislike, judgment, this is juicy, good stuff. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know. But this is good because we got to let go of our negative thinking around help. Now, listen, I am preaching to the choir here myself, okay? Because I was raised, I'm Latina, I am American born, so I'm very Americanized in my way of living and thinking, yet being from immigrant parents, even though by the time I was born and raised, I was very Americanized. We only spoke English in the house. Everything was very directed toward American living and what was cool in America. That's all I know. But there's an undercurrent of culturally asking for help, what that means, if it's not a cool thing. Now, I'm not speaking for all Hispanics or Latinos. That is not fair, but I can just speak from my own personal experience, just even coming from that sensation, there's that whole thing going on. Then I'm a woman on top of that. And let me tell you something. Many women carry the burden of a lot of stuff. We do the house. We work ourselves. We raise children. We support our husbands or partners or whoever it is. And this is natural many times for us. A lot of us are born and raised and kind of bred to have these qualities and do these things. So now you're a woman. And asking for help, what's up with that? We might have feelings around that. So we need to let go of our thinking around asking for help. We need to lay that burden down. And men, I don't mean to exclude you. I'm sure you have to be strong and carry the weight of things on your shoulders. And so just as human beings, here is the rally call. We're going to let go of negative thinking around asking for help. Is that a deal we can make today? We have to let it go, friends. We have to let it go when it comes to any negative thinking we have around asking for help. This is a very, very important thing. So let's not judge ourselves if we discovered that, number one, there's an area in our life that we need help. And number two, we immediately sensed a feeling of dread, judgment, worry. It's okay. It's okay. This is All's Well Lifestyle, friends. So it's cool. We're going to work through it. But guess what? We just have to start to let go of those negative connotations around help. And we need to have a very big realization that successful people use help. Woohoo! Okay, let me tell you, successful people use help. Now, this is very important. I was recently, I think in today's culture, we are very used to celebrities, high-profile business people, titans of industry, coaches, athletes, actors, etc. We're used to seeing these type of larger, and I call them larger figures just because they're in front of us everywhere. But we're used to seeing and realizing that these folks get help. But I think we need to just boil this down and understand that successful people on any level of playing get help. I recently watched a wonderful special on our founding father, one of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. And he got so much help from his wife, Deborah. Like, he would leave and go to Europe and do all these big things that impacted America. But guess who was holding down the fort? His wife, Deborah, was not only overseeing their home, but was also running many of their businesses at the time. None of us, historical or present time, can do it all. And so when we realize this, it is very important, because then we can take our practical mind and we can merge it with our emotional heart, and we can work through those feelings around getting help and put them in their place. Because when we talk about it from a practical sense, all the emotions can go away. You're not a bad person when you just realize that actually the help means that you're going to be able to do more, or the help is going to give you a ability to care for more people, or take your business further, or support your children or your family, whatever is important to you. So this is so important. So important. And I'm telling you, it's a great way for us to be able to get out of our emotional experience around this in a practical way. So there's no heavy lifting here, which is fantastic, because a lot of times when we're feeling emotional around something, it's difficult for us to be able to say, okay, well, how do I get over this, right? Because the emotions are real and all the justifications around that are real. But when we bring that practicality into it and we say, wait a second, there are only so many hours in the day. So if I did have help with my children, if I did have help with my house care, if I did have help learning something, if I did have help with, a professional thing or service that I need, I can get it done. Now the emotions can be put in their place. So yes, let's marinate on that and realize that we get farther together. Friends, this is huge news, okay? I spoke a little bit about just my own upbringing, okay? So if you're like me and maybe there's a cultural reason, or maybe you're just habitually used to doing things yourself, or whatever it might be, okay? Maybe you just have a negative connotation around receiving help, asking for help, getting help, who gets help, who deserves help. We got to let that go, okay? We got to let that go, and we have to be able to do this easier by being able to look at the practicality of the situation, okay? So we're moving on and we're able to find and talk about ways to get help. So how do we get help, okay? Because of course there's the obvious. Yeah, we would all love to have, perhaps we would love to have a chef, a housekeeper, a driver, these fancy ways of getting help. And I call them fancy because usually they're associated with people that are very rich, and super elevated in terms of their lifestyle, $1 million types of lifestyles that have a staff of people helping them. And so that could be another misconception that we have. We kind of think that maybe that's the only kind of help there is available. And I'm here to tell you that is absolutely not the truth. So I'm going to go over quickly a few things that you can do to help yourself today's day and time, and it's not incredibly expensive. Okay, so number one, this is going to sound like a super obvious point, but I'll tell you, I just recently jumped into this type of lifestyle, and that is using machinery to help me. Machinery and appliances to help me. Now, I know you might be saying, Teemaree, this is so like basic, but listen, not all of us have always had dishwashers, ice makers in our refrigerators. Let's see, coffee makers that you could set to brew just at a set, at a time. Automatic, like automating our lives. So that's the first thing. And what's cool about that is that, it's a one-time investment and then it's done. Okay, so if you're not using certain appliances, there's things like a Roomba, if you don't want to vacuum your own house. So that's one thing. You can think of ways where machinery can help you. And another basic way is using our phones. Now, this is another thing that I've done that has been spectacular. The phones now have so many features that allow us to automate certain aspects of our lives. And so these things, however, maybe trivial or wherever you are, you might have already been using this a long time ago. But what's cool about it is that when we utilize this, it really streamlines our lives in a major way. So use machinery where you can. Use appliances where you can. Use your phone to remind you to do things or to help you rise or sleep or to help you focus. These are great ways. Now, maybe you need personal help. You want to streamline some household items. Can I just tell you that Instacart has been amazing? This is not sponsored in any way. It's truly just something that I used. And I'm actually just ending my first year of membership with them. So now I think I'll only become a member of them in the winter because I'm coming to you live from Michigan and it snows here. I'm a California native. And so I'm not used to like being out in snow. So during the winter when it's snowing, I will probably get my Instacart going again and then just order my groceries online. You can order things from the drugstore online and someone will come, not only shop for you, they'll go shop it all and then they will drive it and deliver it to your home. Can I just tell you that has been amazing? And additionally, if you have staples that you get, certain things you just always get for your groceries, then you kind of just have your favorites in there and it further streamlines your shopping experience. So these are things, right, that are now you're able to access personal help. If you're a small business owner, using services like Fiverr, using services like Canva, these things can help you to really streamline some processes. Sometimes it's with hiring a freelancer at a decent rate. There's different rates there to do things that you are not proficient in, maybe just learning, so it's going to cut down your time. Or it's just something that you might even be good at, but you need to focus your attention elsewhere. And then Canva is a great website to be able to design things and create things. And again, I never learned Photoshop. To me, that is a very difficult program to learn. And so Canva allows me to do many things that I never could accomplish because Photoshop was just, I would go and need to really learn it and dive in, and it was very complicated for me. So these are ways we can get help in today's day and age. And then, of course, if you're talking about something that is emotional or spiritual in your life. Now, in this case, of course, I'm going to be biased because I am a life coach. I'm a minister. I offer books and I offer online courses and I offer things that help people through these processes. So of course, I not only provide these things, but I've utilized them many, many times. And so coming from that perspective, when it comes to our emotional life, when it comes to our spiritual life, and just being able to up level to either get over things that have a grip on us or awaken to something better, open our perspective. We don't talk about this that much. It's not as commonplace as, again, those higher echelons of productivity and kind of personalities that we see on television. But it's so important, friends, because when we get help to get over, let's say, limited thinking, when we get help to get over emotional trauma that has not let us go, when we get help to broaden our perspective and help us to see things in a different way, when we learn the emotional and mental technologies that allow us to win, now we're achieving, now we're, making 48 hours out of 24 because we're just operating at a different level. So I'm hoping that these ways, these are, this is a menu, a plethora of ways that we can get help in today's day and age, wherever we are. And of course, if you would like to connect with me personally on a deeper level, because, depending on where you're tuning in from today, visit me at my website, teemaree.com. That is TEEMAREE.com. Now, signing up to my email list will get you free resources immediately. And then you'll be able to visit and, spend some time there and see the different things that I have if you're interested in that type of help. But today we're talking about help, and we are talking about just all the ways we can get help, because it is accessible to us. And quite frankly, it is an important thing for us to be able to really recognize successful people get help. Okay, so that brings me to the PowerPoint. Woohoo! It is time to discuss the PowerPoint of today's show. Now, number one, let's not judge ourselves for needing or wanting help. Okay, we started off by really asking ourselves, is there a place in our life where we need help? If the answer was yes, and you immediately felt a sense of judgment, a strange emotion, or dread or anything like that, let's just not judge ourselves. That's the first PowerPoint, because that judgment is not helpful. It's just going to make things feel bad and stop the process of good. So we're not judging ourselves anymore for needing and wanting help. And then the second PowerPoint is a great way for us to, if we have negative emotions around asking for help, we're going to bring our practical, logical minds into the equation, and we're going to remember that truly successful people of every kind, fitness and nutrition, spiritual, emotional, familial, relational, financial, truly successful people do not do everything themselves. So, darling loved ones, powerful friends, because I know that the people listening right now are powerful people. You, my darlings, shouldn't do everything yourself either. Okay, we're doing another woohoo, and another one actually. Woohoo! 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 This is good news, because I don't want to do everything myself, and I know that you don't either, because you are a powerhouse, and there is plenty that needs your attention, plenty more that you can do, and you deserve to have an easeful, wonderful experience, no matter what it is you're up to. Okay? So yes, this is the topic of today. It's being able to get help, figuring out ways where we could just let go of any judgments, and finally, adopting any of the processes that you heard today, the practical ways, and going ahead and taking a look into it and getting the help that we need, okay? Because we deserve it, friends. All right. My name is Teemaree. I make transformation easy with products, practices, and coaching. You can visit me anytime at teemaree.com, TEEMAREE.com, and be sure to sign up to my email list. You'll get free resources immediately, and you'll get special stuff no more than once a week. Okay, how cool is that? So this has been this show. Be sure to connect again, same place, same time, wherever you are tuning in, because this is how we get down, and there's always something good happening. Have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. I can't wait to speak again. Bye. Bye-bye, friends. Thank you.
I wanna shout